Okay, just making sure everything is good to go in the chat, which I believe it is. Alright, everybody. Welcome to the AM3 Championship here in Season 12 of Contest with Speed. I am your host for the evening, Deathstorm. And tonight, we are racing around the hollowed Ferrari grounds of Monza in Italy for the Italian Grand Prix. This race was first held in 1922, has a capacity crowd of 118,865. The track length over the years has varied, but right now with the current layout it's 5.793 kilometers or 3.6 miles even, with 11 turns. And it has a lap record of 1:21.046 from 2004 in the Ferrari F2004 by Rubens Barrichello. Now I say that because say a couple of those things because over the duration of this race there has been several deaths between drivers and spectators. And hey, Ben. But yeah, drivers and spectators alike, so for safety reasons they added chicanes, left, right, center, and so on and so forth. I do believe we're supposed to have 20, as Kane just joined the session. I believe we're going to have a full grid here tonight, which is absolutely astounding for AM3. There's nothing wrong with that. But before we get down to a little bit of business, I'm going to go through some of the housekeeping. For Australia 2 weeks ago, we had 5 incident reports. Actually, 4 incident reports, I do apologize. Slumperjack, who is in the lobby here tonight, had a 5 seconds for one. I believe that might have been a major collision with Guru and Electric Entree. He also had a no footage pen. Hood Kool-Aid Man got hit with the second POV pen. That was 5 seconds and 2 penalty points. And the big one has already been served, as Gustavo does have a quality ban going into tonight. He's already retired, so that is already served. Therefore, the podium from last week, and that was BK, Saad, and Paul, as we have Crook, aka Black Hammer, going off there. We will feature the AM3 Championship leader as of right now as I go through the standings and everything else. The podium from last week was BK, Saad, and Paul in reserve. That did stand as called. The driver standings right now, BK is in front with 112, Saad is in second with 94, Sean Boy is in third with 70, Red Arrows in fourth with 61, Great Apes in fifth with 51, Gru is in sixth with 30, Hood Kool-Aid Man is seventh with 24, Kane is in eighth with 22, Giza's in ninth with 19, and Easy 10's rounding out the top 10 with 18. That's also a tie with Electric Entree, so tie for 10th and 11th there. Constructors, Red Bull has an astounding lead at 182 to Williams 113. Alpine's in third, tied third with Aston Martin with 73. Mercedes has 48. Haas has 37. AlphaTauri 33. McLaren 26. Ferrari 21. Alfa Romeo has 4. And with that being said, we can now focus in on our qualifying, as Red Arrow does set the benchmark currently at a 120.9. I did not catch the EU4 pole time this afternoon, unfortunately. And, but yeah. And as Ben already alluded to in the chat, it is weird seeing the multiplayer cars. Since we last left you in Australia, there was an update, and unfortunately it miffed the cars out of equal performance. So we took the week off, trying to see if that would fix. Unfortunately, it did not. So we are in the multiplayer cars. Kane, you have to go through the spectator menu. You see this up in the corner here. You press square, then you have to go through and find an AI spot. Find whatever is in AI. You click the X button, and then it tells you to take control. That's going to be the only way you can do it. Yes, sir. BK does set the provisional pole time with a 20.1, almost a half a second over his teammate Sean Boy. Now, in reserve tonight, we have the debut FRL Parks. I believe he's supposed to be in the Aston Martin of JC, reserving for JC. Crook 3 Chrome is a Black Hammer. Absolutely not 00 wings. Are you crazy? I'm potentially running 5-7 for tomorrow night in AM2. Swifty, ASAP Loggy, with J. I'm trying to look to see if there's any reserves. Slumperjack is reserving. I don't remember for who. Not 50-50 wings, Ben. What are you doing to me? It's going to be a little difficult to keep up with. I do apologize. So, Paul is, reserving for Giza in the, what would be the Haas. So, he is here. Sitting in P20 currently at the moment. Parks is reserving for JC in the Aston Martin. Slumperjack is in for Chris Zip in the AlphaTauri. And with that, we do have a 20-car grid as we finally get into the 19s with Mr. Great Ape getting a 19.8. So the bringing the Pink Panther back, not too surprising if you're an Alpine driver. You have that at your disposal. BK has the Red Bull, obviously his teammate. A little bit of a, I think that might be the Williams. No, that's not the Williams livery. Hood Kool-Aid Man in a Ferrari. He does have a red livery, so that's a good thing. Red Arrow should have something green, I would hope. But I do know he's Aston Martin, so let's see what Mr. Red Arrow has in store. He does not have anything green, I do apologize. But let's see what Red Arrow has as we take a tour of Monza as he gets out the Retrophilia chicane, full throttle into and through the Curva Grande he goes as we got some traffic ahead of us. Oh my god, whoa! Into the Della Rosia chicane. Wow, that was a massive lag. Red Arrow is still gonna looks like Red Arrow's gonna stay with it as we go through Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. Nope, he's gonna back out of it now, so okay. Let's see if I could catch somebody that is going to be on a hot lap. Eric's already invalidated. ASAP Loggy, exactly. The ASAP Loggy is in the Alfa Romeo, the concept car, so I'm not too surprised he took the livery of that. Swifty's in the Audi. Okay, so let's try this. Take 2. Parabolica. As we get ready to go for a lap here at Monza with ASAP Loggy in the Alfa Romeo. Hits the DRS zone very early. See what his max speed is going to be. 215, 216, 218, 219 at the break point going into the Retrophilia chicane. Mounts the curb out of 2. Makes a huge mistake out of there. Going through the Curva Grande now. Keeping his car to the right hand side. You want to swing out a little left if you can. Get ready for the Della Rosia chicane. Going down into 3rd gear. Takes it nice and tight. Through the Della Rosia. Now we're going into Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2. Very, very difficult to get right around here at Monza, especially around these, with these low downforce setups. Going down the hill to the 2nd DRS straight. Heading toward the Ascari chicane. 215 going into the Ascari chicane. You want to try to not clip that inside curve going out of it because you may spin the car. Going down the little bit of a short shoot straightaway here, and then into Parabolica, turn 11 for the final corner here in his hot lap. We will see where ASAP Loggy ends up here tonight so far. See if he gets better than a 21.4, and he does by 0.4, putting him up in the P9. So, ASAP Loggy cracking the top 10 for the first time in a little while. And I do apologize, so let's take a run through. Take a run through here. Kool-Aid Man in the Ferrari. Well, in the makeshift Ferrari. That's actually nice. Got the yellow deck out and everything. Let's see what Kool-Aid Man... He's got a little bit of traffic ahead of him. He's got 3 cars ahead of him. He may need to back out of this lap. And that might have been an impeding. He is, yeah, over a 1/10.5, almost 0.2 slower. So that might have been a little bit of an impede on Hood Kool-Aid Man in the makeshift Ferrari. And he's got a little bit of a tow going down the hill now, heading toward the Ascari chicane. BK is the second guy into the 19s by 3/1000ths of a second with a 19.81. Hood Kool-Aid Man, I didn't get the sector 2 time because I was looking at BK's time there. But the driver ahead of Hood Kool-Aid Man did get out of the way. So fair play to him. Let's see what Hood Kool-Aid Man has. I don't know if he's going to better the 20.5 that he had set. And he's just going to bail out of it. He goes into the pits. Kane's coming to the line now. Saad with a 19.6. Kane bails out of it, goes into the pits. So as it sits right now, it's Saad, BK, Grade A, Paul, and Seanboy, your top 5. Those are... The top 3 are separated by 0.3, and then there's an absolute eternity between 3rd and 4th. At the moment. Okay, I do apologize for that break there for a second. Go through, let's see what Wiche has going through. Wiche has got a nice metallic paint scheme too, livery tonight as well. Wiche going down the hill, heading toward the end of sector 2. He might be out of fuel, yeah, 3.3 seconds down, so he's out of fuel. I didn't catch that until the very last second. Grade A, 19.4. The usual suspects are just flip-flopping the provisional pole right now. It's just dropping. 19.4 right now is the time to beat. 0.2 clear of Saad. And 0.4 clear of BK. As we are approaching the last 5 minutes here in quali. Black Hammer, let's see what he's got going on for himself here. He is in the, well, he didn't get a chance to get a livery set up to his car because, again, different account, so. Oh, man, oh, jeez. That wasn't damage? Now I gotta check that because that should have been quali over. Oh, reduced. I think it was supposed to be reduced standard, but I could be wrong. And it says reduced. I mean, okay. This will be interesting then. Check DMs. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I am. I'm not really too concerned about it. Thanks, Ricky. Much appreciated there. But if... If he can't take control of that car, Kane's there. Kane has a time set on the board, right? Yeah, he's sitting in 7th. So, let's see if I could send him an invite at the moment. Let's try that. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it right now at the moment. So I sent Kane. I sent you a backup invite just in case you run into that problem. Gru, Resident Tire God King, out on a hot lap by, or no, he's on a hot lap. He's out of fuel and he's low on ERS, so that's gonna be that. Electric Entree. He's over a second slower. Electric Entree bringing back some old vibes. Those who are most recent fan of Formula One know the Rich Energy Haas team. He went all Rich Energy livery setup tonight. So, interested to see what Electric Entree has to bring to the table. And a lot of these guys, Ricky, like Grade 8 for example, you shout out to him with that time. He's definitely shown great progress. Sod is definitely fast in a 1 lap pace. Always was. And I mean, he's second in the standings for a reason, so I mean, he's doing something right. BK is always just consistent. He's also got the lucky rabbit's foot firmly in his hindquarters. That's over the last couple of seasons. Hood Kool-Aid Man's new. He's newer. He's definitely got pace. If he can get the consistency together, I think he'll mount a charge in the second third, and the third of the season. And wow, we have a car. I don't know who it might be, but we had a car there that had a problem. Out of the Ascari chicane. So everybody's going to be gearing up for their final laps now if they're not already. Sean Boy is out on a lap, it looked like, and he was marginally better. So we're going to stay on board with the makeshift Red Bull as he heads toward Parabolica to end his final hot lap. Denny retires from the session as well. And we got Sean Boy. He does marginally better. He goes up in the P6, so 20.435. Puts in P6 for now. Red Arrow's getting ready, it looks like, for his final lap. Sod looks like he's going to be content with at least P2 with a 19.6. But that's leaving the door open for guys like BK, Hood, and Red Arrow to jump him. So we'll see if the AM3 championship leader will do just that in a little over a minute's time, as we now just hit 15 seconds left. So those guys that are coming around to Parabolica or the start-finish straight now will be safe. I believe then the first card that will finish quality, yep, okay, so Chrome is not going to do much of anything. He's going to be P11 at best. So the next card that would be crossing the line would be ASAP Loggy in the Alfa Romeo. So we'll see what he has going into Parabolica and finishing off the rest of the lap here. He backed out of it, so that's going to be his quality over. BK going into the second sector, he's up 2/10. Going into the Ascari chicane, he's going to keep it nice and tight through. Grade 8 betters his time. Marginally, but betters his time to a 19.40. Let's see what BK has going through Parabolica. BK is going to be the only realistic shot, it seems, for pole here tonight, other than Grade 8. We'll see what BK has got. He's heading toward the start-finish straight now. Tight line, goes P2 by 0.07 of a second. Grade Ape is going to be on pole. Red Arrow, I can't see his Sector 2 time because of the bar on the top. And yeah, Red Arrow is going to bounce it into the pits. So that is your quali over. Great Ape is on pole again this season in AM3. BK's in P2, Sod in P3, Hood Kool-Aid Man in P4, Red Arrow P5, Paul for the second race here in AM3, starting in the top 6. Sean Boy P7, Kane P8, FRL Parks on debut in P9, with J rounding out the top 10. Chrome in P11, Easy 10, P12, Gru 13, ASAP Loggy 14th, Electric Entree 15th, Swifty 16th, Denny 17th, Eric 18th, Slumperjack 19th, and Gustavo, who served his quality band, rounding out the field. As always, podium predictions are encouraged in the chat. Safety cars, topics, anything you guys feel like I should talk about, then be my guest. So we shall see what happens in 27 laps time here in Monza. As for me, I'm gonna go with a little bit of a scrambled podium tonight. I'm gonna go BK for the win. I'm gonna go Hood Kool-Aid Man P2 and Paul P3 tonight. To be honest with you, I don't want to be P1 here. You have that long dive into Retrophilia chicane, and yeah, I think being in the front 2 rows of the grid is probably a detriment, because you're going to get swallowed up by the draft. You're going to get swallowed up by the potential dive bombs if somebody's not careful. Yeah, I just think I just think that's going to happen. BK knows a little bit about being a lawnmower. Cough cough season 9. Cough cough Cam Tizzle. Cough, cough. So we'll see what happens. We have 27 laps. We have a formation lap. We'll see what everybody has. The big thing with the multiplayer cars, if a safety car does pop out, who's going to be double stacked, who's not going to be double stacked. And as we go off onto the formation lap, we will see what the tires bring with us tonight. The top 4 on the medium compound tires, that's Grade 8, BK, Sod, Kool-Aid Man. The first guy on the soft compound tires is going to be Red Arrow. Paul behind him is also on the softs in P6. Sean Boy's on the mediums. Kane's the first guy on the hards in P8. Parks in 9th on the mediums, with Jay and Crook, aka Black Hammer, on the mediums as well. Easy 10 on the hards. Gru, ASAP Loggy, Electric Entree on the mediums. Swifty on the softs. Denny on the softs. Eric on the mediums. Slumperjack and Gustavo on the soft compound tire, rounding out the field. Alright. We shall see. 27 laps here ahead of us here at Monza, as EU4 brought us this afternoon, and for those guys over on the European side earlier this evening. The back end of that race was absolutely chaotic. And we got a Pink Panther on the pole. Is that Gustavo? No, yeah, it is. I mean, that's not necessarily Gustavo's fault, I don't think. But Great Ape is going to be waiting for a little bit after he gets into his grid box. So there's that. BK's coming up to line up alongside him. Now everybody's starting to line up, so we got ourselves potential Donnybrook here developing. Last couple cars are now coming into play. Excuse me. Bah. Alright. Gustavo rounding out our 20th car. Let's get back into and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait for the glitch. Denny gets a drive-through, and away we go here in Monza. Great Ape gets a terrible start. BK is in the lead already. Great Ape's falling down like a rock. All the way down to P4. We got chaos into the back. Oh my god! Oh, I called chaos happening right out of the gate. Sure enough, that's exactly what happened. Complete shift around. We'll wait for everything to settle down to bring you the updated spot, but we got some penalties there. BK, Hood, Kool-Aid Man, and Sod were the beneficiaries of all that into the podium places. Widge is up in the P4 right now. Easy 10 all the way up in the P5. Red Arrow P6. Great Ape from pole dropped all the way down to 7th. Slumperjack and Black Hammer fighting it out for P8, P9. FRL Perks right now in P10, Swifty's in 11th, Kane's in 12th. Kane's in 12th, ASAP Loggy's 13th, Gru's in 14th, Electric Entree 15th, Gustavo up already into 16th, Sean is in 17th, Eric 18th, Denny in 19th, and Paul. Actually, Paul is the biggest loser out of all of that. Goes from 6th all the way to the back end of the back end of the field. He might have got railroaded out of the Retrofilio. But as it sits, BK leads lap 1. He's only got 4 or 5 tenths of a second separating the front 3 guys right now. As Sod attempted to look for an overtake on Hood, Kool-Aid Man for second. But right now it's going to be those 3. Widge is 2 seconds back of them. Great Ape is could be all over the back of him eventually. He goes up from 7th to 5th, so he's already started his recovery drive. As Sod, Hood Kool-Aid Man made a mistake out of Della Rogia, and he's going to go all the way to the back end of the field now. As we have a virtual safety car. Yeah, and then he gets a 3-second time penalty as well. I don't know for what. It looked like it was a corner cut. Hood Kool-Aid Man bringing out the virtual safety car. Already chaos, and we're not even 2 laps into this race. Excuse me while I take a drink of tea while we are under VSC. Alright, my apologies, and I am back. BK, Side is in P2. Widge right now is in P3. We are back underway. Great Ape's in 4th, all the way already back up into the potential podium places for Great Ape out of pole. Easy 10's in P5, and Red Arrow's in 6th, and Park's in 7th. Slumperjack is all the way up into 8th place from 19th on the grid, so that's a great start by him. I think Kane is back in his car. He was having issues connecting to the lobby before, but he is in P9, and he's holding station in the top 10. Okay, so go through the field here. Nothing really developing. We have a 3-car battle. Three-car battle developing here, and that is for 4th place potentially. Actually, no, it's for 5th. I do apologize. 5th, 6th, and 7th. 9th, 10th. Swifty's holding on to the last points paying position currently. That's being under attack by ASAP Bloggy. As Saad goes 22-8, putting the fastest lap of the GP so far. Parks making the overtake on Easy 10 into 6. ASAP Bloggy and Swifty are fighting for that P10 position that I had mentioned earlier. DRS has been enabled as well. So now that's going to start developing potential trains all over the racetrack. The big one right now, the big inquiry is going to be between these front three. As Great Ape is into the podium places, Saad, more importantly, is out of DRS range of Mr. BK. Great Ape did overtake Woodjay. Woodjay does have the DRS, but it's not going to be of anything because Great Ape is just starting to pull away. Red Arrow is up into the top 5. He's got Parks and Easy 10 for company. He's going to have to be careful because this may be the cork in the bottle here tonight. And that is for basically the front end of the mid-pack. Parks is looking very racy at the moment. He goes up the inside. And he has the DRS on Red Arrow. He's going to make the overtake into the Retrofilio without any consequences or conflict. Almost loses the back end. Red Arrow's also under attack from Easy 10 behind. Slumperjack is also being brought into play here. So these 4 cars are battling very hard for the mid-podium places here. Or mid-points paying positions here. Potential 3 wide into Delaroche. Oh my god. These guys are not going to let up. It's going to allow Red Arrow to get away for now. But enough of a gap between him and Parks has developed to where he's not going to be able to track him down as easily. Saad got back into the DRS range of Mr. BK as well. As BK is trying to every which way possible to get away from his slipstream. Saad's going to get him definitely out of Parabolica as long as he has a nice run out of it. Oh my god, BK retired! BK lost it out of Parabolica right ahead of him as I was on board, well, not on board with Saad, but featuring him. And that brought out a safety car. I don't know what happened there. He might have just lost it on traction. And your championship leader is now out of the race, unfortunately for him. Now it's going to be up to Sean Boy to carry the bag for Red Bull to salvage something here tonight. Sean Boy is right now in P11 as everybody's going to be shuffling in. There's got a bunch of cars into the pits, so we're going to find out who's double stacked unintentionally after everything is said and done. Right now, Saad leads. Great Apes in P2. Easy 10 is in P3. Kane up in the P4. Hood Kool-Aid Man holding station in the top 5. With J6. Parks in 7th. Red Arrow 8th. Slumperjack 9th. ASAP Loggy 10th. Swifties in 11th. Gustavo's in 12th. Gru's in 13th. Sean Boy was definitely a victim of a double stack because he went from the points positions all the way down to 14th. Paul's in 15th. Black Hammer or Crook is in 16th. Eric's in 17th. Electric Entree in 18th. And Denny's just coming out of the pits now. He is last of the running cars. We did lose BK. We have a drive-through for speeding under the safety car for Parks. And Denny kind of slowed down probably to figure that one, to save that one. Yeah, BK. I know I just saw you in the chat. Traction out of Parabolica, I guess. I'm assuming. That would definitely be my guess, unfortunately for him. So, Saad actually pit, which actually gives the lead to Great Ape. The Pink Panther is back in front. Easy 10. Saad's teammate is sitting in P2. Honestly, that's not a bad place for Saad to be with his teammate sitting in P2 as a gunner or a potential roadblock. Yeah, yep. Rear's locked, under braking and parabolic. I get it. It's very easy to do. At least you've been released from the virtual infield care center relatively quickly and able to give us the 411 on the DNF. And I don't think he has as healthy of a points lead as I thought. If Saad wins 25, if Saad wins tonight, as safety car is in this lap, Saad takes the points lead. Hit the golf course, of course. Safety cars in. Great Ape and Easy 10 have to back out of that a little bit. Great Ape crosses the line and we're back underway here. Easy 10 got a little too good of a run going into turn 1. Backs out of it. Great Ape holds on to the lead for now. He's got company behind him. Witche and Saad fighting it. As Witche bows out of it, goes all the way back to P5. Easy 10 around the Curva Grande he goes. He's going to go to the outside of the Curva Grande. He's going to have the inside for the Della Roggia. Oh my god, they made contact! They made contact! Oh! Chaos and Bedlam going in and out of the Della Roggia. And that promotes Kane into the lead. Saad's in P2. Great Ape still in P3. Witche back up into P4. Easy 10 goes from the lead of the race. He's all the way back into P5. 2 seconds away from that charging pack. And we're already over a third of the way in. The safety car coming on full cars. What do you mean only? What do you mean by that, BK? Like, only 4. It made no sense. His Electric Entree is now actually out of the race. That brings out a second safety car. We might have a potential conflict on our hands. I didn't even notice that. I'll keep an eye on it here. We may have to do a potential reset here. Let's keep an eye out for the safety car here. Lap 9 at 27 now of a potential issue within the lobby itself. Nothing that any of us could do about it, with the exception of a reset lobby. And kind of create a red flag situation if we had to. Let's see what happens with the safety car here, because everybody is now bunched up together at this point in juncture in time. Yeah, it looked like Easy 10 on the start. The restart kind of went up the inside. Great Ape, it might have been that one glitch where he was too close to the safety car coming in, and then that's what kind of started it. I don't know. We'll find out. Everybody's grouped together at this point, with the exception of Mr. Parks, who just passed the safety car. We do know that that is a thing, BK. I'll keep my eye on it. If we have that same issue with this safety car, we're going to need to take a picture of this and kind of do a 25%er with the current grid the way it is. Because we're not at half distance yet for full points to be awarded. Or even half points to be awarded, for that matter. So we'll take a look at that. As of right now as well, there's your tire graphics. Sod is on the softs. Easy 10's on the softs. So both Williams drivers being on the softs. Okay. Cam, do me a favor. Keep an eye on that for me. That'll make my decision a heck of a lot easier. I'll keep an eye on the safety car here, and I'll gauge it from there. Alright, thank you, BK. Same thing. Let me know. If I run into the same problem again, I know what we're doing. We'll be fine. Appreciate the work behind the scenes, boys. Alright, well. While we have that potential issue in the books, anybody have a safety car topic? Because I sure as heck have one, and I really don't want to talk about it. Because, whoa, sod going off the road out of the Retrofilio there. Yeah, I kind of don't really want to talk about it, but if there's an elephant in the room, and the fact that my football team absolutely just trashed it up this weekend, I'll talk about it. What? I'm sorry, Cam, but if you like canned ham, aka spam, I don't know what to say to you. What does everybody else think? Can the spam, or do you actually enjoy it? I'll tell you what I do enjoy. I enjoy a cat. I have a kitty next to me. And all he does is he's one of the biggest attention whores on the face of the planet. As we do have the safety car in this lap, it's caught everybody up with the exception of one guy, and Parks should make it in time. Hopefully Sod backs it up to where it's not going to have that problem. That's what I'm saying. I think it's normal now too. I don't eat cat. I'm just saying I have a cat next to me. Alright, BK, yeah. I'll take a look at it after the race. As we are now underway, it looked like everybody but Parks got there. And we didn't have the same problem. So, Sod into one. Kane ran wide. Great Ape. Oh my god, more calamity! Kane got dropped all the way down the fourth. That checked up Hood, Kool-Aid Man, and Red Arrow, but Kool-Aid Man got through. He's going to have a next shot at Kane going into the Della Rogia. We'll see what happens here with these guys. Hood, Kool-Aid Man, Kane getting out of there just fine. As the front couple of cars are running away already, Sod's already opened up a 2.5 second lead on Grade 8 behind. ASAP, Loggy, and Swifty fighting for P8. We're going to have a nice little DRS train at the moment. But the story is going to be right here in the front of the pack. Sod does have a 3-second time penalty, and he's already cleared it in one lap. Not even one lap after the restart. He's just gone, checked out, taking everybody to the cleaners. Going to go on a Sunday drive here at Monza. Great Ape, Woodjay, and Kane are gonna want to try to get their act together and get up to that leader to have a chance at this race tonight. But yeah, Sad's already checked out. 3.2. Great Ape. This is gonna be the battle on track now. This is the battle for the fringe podium positions and the midfield pack. As Hood Kool-Aid Man off of turn 1. He's just going to back out of it and hopefully not impede anybody, and he does a pretty good job of that. Great Ape has not, neither has Kane. Everybody else has stopped. So, unless a safety car comes out, I think Great Ape is actually now kind of in no man's land. He's going to have to make a decision relatively quickly, because those medium compound tires are not going to go too much longer. Kane is in the same boat. Slumperjack's on for a podium position as it sits right now, and so is Hood Kool-Aid Man. But again, the major story, Saad's already checked out. Almost 4.5 seconds now. Going through the midfield here. Slumperjack's at P4. Hood Kool-Aid Man thought about going on the inside of Parabolica, but thinks better of it, backs out of it. Decides discretion is the better part of valor there. Oh, what the heck? What is going on here? That was just... what? I have no idea. That might have been lag because I just think it could have been. Okay, it's not just, I don't know. That was definitely Verstappen Hamilton-esque right there. I'm glad somebody clipped it. Ooh! Kane into the wall! Gustavo into the wall! Oh my god! All these cars! Somehow... oh my god! Oh my god! Oh no! Kane backing up into the track ended up collecting Parks and Gustavo by the look of it. And we have ourselves a third safety car. Oh, that was painful. And Saad gets 5 seconds for speeding into the pit lane. Oh. So now, guys like Great Ape are going to be on for the win. Oh, Swifty doesn't pit and takes over the lead. Yeah, this is a little bit of bedlam and chaos. As far as driving standards in AM3 are concerned, this is probably the rockiest race so far, which means I think I need to get shot in the head like Old Yeller because I'm gonna be busy. Insert facepalm here. I don't know what that was. All I know is you just drove it up on it. Kane lost it, collected a car. Everyone tried to avoid it, and unfortunately, guy backed up into the track, and that just collected him. I don't know what else to say, and Cam, yeah, I'm gonna be busy. But we won't talk about Stewart's work now. We will talk about the task at hand. Let's see what happens. Saad is in P2. He's got that 5-second penalty to deal with. Swifty's on 9-lap-old mediums. If another safety car does come into play, Swifty can get those to the end. Actually, why did I do that? Because we're going to do this. Everyone's now pretty much pit. Hood, Kool-Aid Man, and Gru are going to need a potential miracle for those softs to go the rest of the way. Yeah, that was just absolutely crazy. Sod actually has 8 seconds of penalties, so that's going to bury him. He's going to need to check out, and he's going to need to do it quick. Witch A has 3, Black Hammer or Chrome has 3, Paul has 3, Dennis has 6. Everybody else is clean as far as that is concerned. 4 cars out of the race. BK losing in a Parabolica. Electric Entree, not sure what happened to him. I missed that entirely. And Gustavo and Parks, the most recent casualties, going down the hill into the Ascari chicane. It might be too many penalties, but he checked out to 4 seconds in a lap and a half, Ricky. Sod has the pace to gap 8 seconds. Ah, you lost it in the Scari, okay. Yeah, it's possible. I looked at the chat and then I looked up and I see a bunch of penalties. I see a 5, I see a 2-5, I see a 2 5s, a 3. I don't know what I just witnessed. But yeah, no, Ricky, you gotta, now we gotta look at this. Sod's on fresh mediums. Swifty is on 9 lap older tires. It could potentially be Hood or grade 8 for P1, but Sod could check out. We'll see. We got 10 laps to go to decide a winner here. Meanwhile, I'm gonna laugh at this because as I was looking beforehand, Mr. Warren and I are facing each other in a fantasy football league this week, and going into tonight's games, I only had 4 guys playing, and I almost had his score beaten at this juncture in time. So I'm getting ready to beat him like a government mule. So he better run like a scalded dog into the woodshed. Aha, aha, aha. Or in his case, the corn maze. Okay, so safety car should be in this lap, in which case we will have 10 laps to go. If I am not mistaken. Quick field reset for you. Swifty's in the lead, Sod's in second, Grade Ape is in third, Slumperjack all the way from P19th into P4, Hood Kool-Aid Man P5, ASAP Loggy 6th, Sean Boy 7th. The safety car is in this lap, so the back end's going to have to motor it. Witch A's in 8th, Gru's in 9th, and Black Hammer or Crook is rounding out the top 10. We have a couple stragglers trying to catch up to the back of the pack, and it looks like a lot of them are going to, with the exception of Easy 10 down there in P16. He's got to get through the Lesbos and the Ascari chicane, and I don't think it's going to happen. So we'll get up, draw our attention up to the front end of the field here as we have Swifty leading the way, controlling the field through the short chute into the Parabolica corner. And Easy 10 is getting into the Ascari chicane now, so he's not that far behind. I thought he was going to be a lot further behind than that. Sod gets a better run, a totally better run out of Parabolica. He's going to have a go into him, into the Della Roggia chicane, or the Retrofilio rather, I apologize, of turn 1. He's going to make the overtake that quickly, that simple, and he's already going. He's already going to disappear. That was the worst thing that could have happened for the rest of the field. Swifty needed to hold Sod up as long as he could, and he couldn't. He was only to not even back him up into one corner. As Swifty is off now, he got pushed out of the De La Rogia. He's going to fall through the back end of the field. Black Hammer ends up retiring. Denny is also retiring. That's another safety car. We have more calamity in the middle of the pack here. Swifty getting 5 seconds for a severe collision. This has just been a disaster race. Oh, what? I think that was probably a case of Delta right there. I would assume that's Delta. This is just... This has been... I don't even know. I just don't know. BK saying Bahrain is yours. I mean, I know you're quick at Bahrain, so I wouldn't be too surprised. Now, the question is going to be this. Who is going to pit on the softs? Out of those medium compound runners and the hard compound runners, who is going to have the bravery to go onto the soft compound tires? Paul is coming in. I'm assuming it's going to be for softs. Cruz in. Eric's in. Swifty, actually, this benefits Swifty. Swifty's going to get off those soft compound or medium compound tires, and he's going to bolt on a set of something. Oh, he had a 5-second penalty. Swifty's going to go on to a set of soft compound tires. He also had wing damage, too. So, updated tire graphic for you. Sod's on 4-lap old medium compound tires, which will definitely go to the end. Grade Ape has the tire disadvantage on those hard compound tires. Slumperjack is looking good for a potential third or a second, depending. Hood Kool-Aid Man is also looking good for a podium right now. The big issue is going to be Sod, but he's got a clear track ahead of him. But it's 8 seconds. That's going to be the problem we have here tonight. It's not that Sod doesn't have the pace, because we all know he does. The man's quick. It's going to be, can he gap that 8 seconds and keep it? Because I do believe it is it is 8 seconds. 8 seconds for Sod, 3 seconds for Whitjay, 3 seconds for Paul. All the other penalties were either by drivers who DNF'd or they got rid of them. So fair play to all of them. Personally, if I were Sod, I would have bolted onto a a pair of soft compound tires. Yeah, good job, Deathstorm. A set of soft compound tires, eaten the 5-second penalty, and try to fight my way through the field. That would have been my thought process, knowing that the penalty was there. But again, that's just my way of thinking. I have a feeling the AM3 chat is, if it's not going off already, it will be soon. We're going to have 6 laps to go by the end of the safety car? Maybe 5? Actually, safety car might be coming in this lap. Back end of the tail is catching up. Actually has caught up. And safety car, a little bit of a later call, but we have safety cars going to be in this lap. We are going to have 21, 22, 23, 24, we are going to have 7 laps to go. I do apologize. I thought it would be 6, maybe 5. So we have 7 laps to go here in Monza. Sod's going to lead the field out of Parabolica. As the field looks like they are ready and raring to go, we are going to hope and pray nothing happens into the Retrofilia as Sod gets underway. Great Ape got a great jump. and may look to do the exact same thing Sod did to him, or Sod did to Swifty rather. Great Ape doesn't get the traction nor the run out of it. Sod's already gone. He's checked out. We have more Calamity in the back. Red Arrow and Kane. Red Arrow got spun around completely and has fallen all the way down the P14. It's just one crazy bit after another here tonight. Not the standard of driving an AM3 that I've been accustomed to the last season and a half, let me tell you. But already a second and a half between Sod and Great Ape and growing. This is going to be the problem. If they let Sod go check out way too much, Sod has 8 seconds. But if those three don't get together and work together, Sod's gonna check out, and that 8 seconds is not gonna matter. He'll beat it. Sod has been lightning quick here tonight. As Hood Kool-Aid Man goes into the podium places, their best bet, these three cars right here, Slumperjack, Great Ape, and Hood Kool-Aid Man, I think the fastest between the trio is Hood. So if these two guys were smart, they wouldn't fight and let Hood Kool-Aid Man bring him back to Great Ape, or bring him back to Sod. If the potential's there. I mean, Hood Kool-Aid Man's on the soft compound tire, so I mean, I would let the soft compound driver through. Great Ape's on the hard, Slumperjack's on the medium, so we have all three tire compounds here. Gap's already 2.2. 2.3 actually. As we have a car off, it looks like in Lesmo. Lesmo 1, possibly Lesmo 2. No, never mind, disregard. I thought we had a yellow sector 2 there, so we'll see. I mean, I know Great Ape's not going to drive aggressive because he's got 8 seconds to play with Mr. Sod, but I wouldn't get too comfortable. Just in case you make a mistake, or if Sod makes a mistake, you could just pounce right on it. DRS is enabled now, so the three cars have jumped away a little bit. If you count Sod, make it 4. But Slumperjack is starting to fall away. Yeah, it's true. That is very, very true. That's another reason why Great Ape shouldn't let off the throttle. Gap is 2.8. And growing. This could be Hood Kool-Aid Man's race to win. Oh, he almost loses it out of Lesmo 1. Speaking of Hood Kool-Aid Man, I almost put the commentator's curse on him. Sean Boy fighting his way back up into the top 5 as well, quietly putting together a decent race yet again. Warren's big sad in our fantasy football group. I guess my team is about to smack him in the face again. Ooh, we have Eric off at Parabolica. Or no, not Parabolica, the Ascari Chicane, but we are back underway. Safety car would need to come out this lap for it to finish the rest of the way. Great Ape is already drifted 3 seconds adrift. We'll see what happens here. Kane and Witchay fighting for P7 right now. Ooh. Oh! Witchay. Oh no! Oh my god! Oh! Jeez, what is going on here tonight with these guys? Whoa. Swifty getting back on track, almost causing another collision with Wuche. I timed that absolutely perfect. That's kind of what happened before. Right there. Exactly like that. Crash. Now we got penalties coming through. Sod setting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, 22.0. Already 4.5 seconds deep. He may... I don't know. He may pull this off. I mean, he's halfway there. He's got 3 laps to go. We'll see. Gru getting 5 seconds for speeding in the pit lane. Oh, yeah, he definitely Pat McAfee'd the crap out of the field, I think. So, we got 3 laps to go. It'll be 2 this time by. The gap is almost 5 seconds. Even with that penalty in play, Great Ape still needs to bring it back to, I think, 3 if he can, but I don't know if it's going to happen. Those soft compound tires, the Hood Kool-Aid Man, are doing him a favor, but he has no ERS left with 2 laps to go. Electric Entree, you understood the assignment. You understood it. Alright. Appreciate that. Kane, 3 seconds, time penalty. As we are now at 2 laps to go here in Monza. Sod leading the way. It is now just about and just eclipsed 5 seconds. So that's going to be huge, even with that 8 seconds, if there's a potential penalty in the works. That's going to be a huge gap right there. That could mean Hood Kool-Aid Man might be on for a win, but he's got to get it going. He's got to move. That's 7-7 now at the moment, so he's got to move. 7-9. Sod, oh my god, he got another 3 seconds! That puts him up to 11! No! That is even bigger! With 2 laps to go, a lap and a half to go, all he had to do was keep it on the deck! Now he's definitely not gonna have it. We have now hit the final lap here in Monza. Sod needs to pull a miracle out of a hat here in order to make this penalty magically disappear. Sean Boy is up in the P4 over Slumperjack into the Della Roggia, so that's going to be for P4. It could potentially be for P3 pending the penalty or any sort of penalties ahead. Sean Boy, Hood, Kool-Aid Man is right there. 2 seconds ahead of him, almost 3. Great Ape is 6 seconds away from the lead now. But even with that penalty, potentially, and the penalties ahead of him, Great Ape should be at worst P2. And I say at worst, by the way. Sod going through the Ascari chicane for the final time. We have a yellow sector 2. It's Gru off and DNF from the session. And around Parabolica here for the final time. We have Sod who's gonna win it on track, but that untimely safety car and those 11 seconds of penalties are gonna bring him back. All the way back. Yep, there it is. Sod's gonna go. Oh, Sod drops all the way to 5th. Oh, wow. What could have been a banner day for the Williams turns into a little bit of just a little chink in the armor of BK. BK is going to hold on to the championship lead. Sean Boy up into the podium places. Pending penalties, as it looks, Great Ape does get the win on track. Kool-Aid Man will be in second. Sean Boy completes our podium. And we'll go through the rest of the results in just a hot second, as what's going to give the driver of the day to. It's going to give it to Swifty. I personally think it was Slumberjack. Coming from P19 on the grid all the way up into, I think it was P4. There was a lot that happened. JC, you missed a banger of a race. All right, so final results here. Great Ape provisionally in P1, Hood Kool-Aid Man 2, Sean Boy 3, my driver of the day, Slumberjack in P4 from 19th on the grid, Sod P5, ASAP Loggy P6, Easy 10 P7, Swifty 8th, Witch 9th, Red Arrow rounding out the points, Kane in 11th, Eric in 12th, Paul 13th, and the slew of DNFs. Gru, who got classified one lap down in 14th. We lost Denny, Crook, Parks, Gustavo, Electric Entree, and BK early. As I go through a lot of lap 1, holy crap. A lot of it. Lap 2. I'm going to try to go through these as much as I can real quick for you guys. Don't forget to go through the race directory if you have to. I'm doing this as a convenience and a courtesy to y'all because I know it could be a pain in the rear end. I'm not going to get the rest of it, I don't think. I got it all! Alright, cool. Oh. Alright, well, closing notes on a little bit of a chaotic race here in Monza. As far as driving standards go, yeah, a little bit rough, but you're bound to have it every now and again, so it happens. It was exciting for me up in the booth, I will say that. And with that being said, I'm just trying to find the calendar real quick because I don't remember what's next. Okay. I don't know why I didn't remember what was next. But yeah, closing the book out here on AM3. This was round 7 at Monza. Tomorrow afternoon, we have EU3. I believe that features X427. That's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard and 9 and 10 Central European and UK time. Tomorrow's action also concludes with AM2 featuring yours truly in the makeshift Red Bull. That's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, just like AM3. And with that being said, we will be moving forward. Next week, we are visiting the Secure International Circuit in Bahrain. And for the rest of AM3, this is Deathstorm wishing you guys well, and talk to you guys next week. Have a great night, everybody.